With the new year just around the corner, we're all thinking about what's happening in the coming year. How can we be proactive, be more strategic and intentional with our time and our resources? Today we're going to talk about content strategy. I'm Paul with 360 Durango. So what do we mean by content strategy? Many of you already grasp this concept and are therefore ahead of the curve. But what we're talking about is setting up a plan ahead of time to get out in front of the things that we need to do to achieve our business and marketing objectives. There's content, there are messages that we need to send out. There's a lot of stuff that needs to take place, a lot of communications that need to happen, tools that need to be mobilized and utilized in order to get this stuff out there. Why do we want to set a strategic plan in place? Well, it's obvious. You've got to be proactive rather than reactive. You get that call from that ad sales rep saying, hey man, I got a last minute deal. If you can take it, here you go. And so you scramble and you make an ad and it's just not as effective as it might have otherwise been. But if you know what you need to do and when you need to do it, you can be proactive and take the steps that you can take and therefore get a better return on your investment. So we're going to get into the whiteboard here and I'm going to just illustrate a couple concepts about what we're talking about. So here we go. So the best way to lay out a content strategy, in our opinion, is at least starting with a spreadsheet. And linearly across the top, let's take our time period, January to December. For the purposes of our illustration, we're going to just focus on one particular piece of time. Let's call it March and April. There's obviously going to be something that you need to talk about. That's your message. The message is primed to try to achieve whatever that goal is. So for this period of time, you have a piece of content that you need to go and publish. There are a lot of places that you have purchased advertising or you have the opportunity to earn advertising, and these would be obviously called your channels. So there might be something like social media, email, 360 Durango, print, PR, maybe you've got some radio, some other stuff, I'm not sure. But each one of these channels, whether paid or not, is an opportunity to broadcast that message out to your audiences, whatever they might be. In some cases, you have some paid advertising. In other cases, it's not. So let's just call our budget $3,600 for this period of time. Maybe you're going to spend about $500 on email, or excuse me, social media. This is free, $700, $700. Because you were ahead of it and developed a press release, this is also free. Maybe you've got some ad buys in the radio industry that cost you a pretty chunk of change. But the point is, in order to actually get the messages out to these channels, there's actually quite a bit of work that needs to happen. Details, what do they say? The devil is in the details. It's not what you got. You got a lot of tools. It's what you do with what you got that counts. So you might have deadlines. Of course, you're going to have deadlines, tasks. And just making up some quick dates. Let's just say that in order to publish something that's going to go out for all of March and April, you've got a deadline of February 15th to get your social put together. So on and so forth. It's going to go all the way throughout. These are just different dates where we've got some publishing that's going on. But there's, in every case, deadlines and tasks. So what we're essentially doing, you can see, is working all the way back from different deadlines to the places that we need to get our stuff done and get it out there. So on and so forth. But the point is, now you have an opportunity to determine what are the things that need to happen first. Well, there's a print publication deadline, so we need to be thinking about this one. Then the next thing that we need to talk about, work on, is this. We got something going on here, so on and so forth. So ultimately what we've done here is we've actually created for ourselves a massive task list. And some folks might appreciate that to then create a task list with the dates going down the side and our different channels like social, just like how we had on the other page. And you'll know that you need to create content, do those things, and you know your messaging. You see how this all can line up. The point being, just by doing a little bit of strategic planning, you can get a lot done. Thanks for hanging with us through all the details on the whiteboard there. If you'd like to learn more about content strategies or would like to sit down with us, feel free to give us a call at any point in time. We hope you have a great day and a better week, and that you really are able to enjoy the holiday season and all the blessings that are with it. Thanks. Bye for now. No, I don't want it. I want to be like the shoot from the hip.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
You didn't get that one, did you?
No,
Oh, you should have.
I should have.